what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
Hello YouTube, WWE Fan 2 back here with a video, and today I'm going to be doing the WWE Hell in a Cell 2020 pay-per-view predictions. And for me, Hell in a Cell just finished about 5 minutes ago, and for you, you're probably going to watch this like 50 minutes later when it's actually published on YouTube. So yeah, but this is going to be the WWE Hell in a Cell 2020 pay-per-view results. So yeah, let's get into the first match of Hell in a Cell 2020. Alright, so the first match into the card, as you can see, it is Jey Uso versus the Tribal Chief of the WWE, the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. So yeah, this match was very good. Obviously, like I said, this match is for the Universal Championship. It is also inside Hell in a Cell, and it's also an I Quit match. And also, if Jey Uso loses, him and his brother Jimmy Uso and their families are out of the family. So like I was saying, this match it was very hard hitting and all that, and how if they lose, they're out of the family and all that. So this match is very hard-hitting. Just like I said, at one point in the match, Roman Reigns hit a drive-by onto the steel steps, which next to the steel steps was actually Jey Uso, which Jey Uso was he was squished between the turnbuckle or the ring post and the steel steps. So Roman Reigns hit the steel steps with the drive-by, which was next to Jey Uso, which Jey Uso was next to the ring post, so he got squished between them two objects. And like, oh my, this match was hard hitting. They used straps. They kept hitting themselves with the strap. And like, yeah, Roman Reigns had this very nice golden gauntlet on his hand. I'll put a picture up on screen if I could, but it was very, very nice. But let's get towards the end of the match. Towards the end of the match, Jey Uso's brother, Jimmy Uso, came into the match. He came into the cell because the cell door was open, because a lot of officials came out. You know, Jey Uso was out after the drive-by hit from Roman Reigns that I was just talking about with the steel steps and the ring post. So yeah, the referee tried to stop the match. I'm sorry if I keep messing up, but yeah, the referee tried to stop the match like last year, but Roman Reigns said, "You're not stopping the match." Threw out the referee. Another referee came into the ring, which that referee left the door open. So then Jimmy Uso came into the ring. So yeah, and then Roman Reigns, he hit Jimmy Uso with a guillotine, and Jey Uso, or did I say Jimmy Uso? I'm sorry if I did, but Roman Reigns hit Jimmy Uso with a guillotine, which led Jimmy Uso to say, "I quit." So him and Jimmy are out of the family and their families. So I'm very sorry for this horrible video so far. I keep messing up so much. I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, Roman Reigns is still your Universal Champion. And Jey Uso says, "I quit." Alright, so the next match is the match between Elias going up against the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. This match I did not care about at all. Basically, Jeff Hardy lost when he got disqualified by hitting Elias with his own guitar. So yeah, Jeff Hardy got disqualified because Elias, he took out his own guitar. But Jeff Hardy said, "No, you're not hitting me with your guitar." He grabbed the guitar and hit Elias with his own guitar. And yeah, Jeff Hardy got disqualified for hitting Elias with his own guitar, like I said. And technically, Elias won that match. I did not care about this match one bit, so let's move on to the next match. So the next match is a match between The Miz. Obviously, The Miz was with John Morrison, but it was The Miz versus the current Money in the Bank holder, Otis. I don't have an Otis figure. So yeah, but the winner wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. So yeah, and right out of the get-go, Otis had a new theme song. Very sad, Otis had a new song. But, you know, due to what happens later on, it kind of makes sense. And you'll see what happens later on in the match. So yeah, basically, John Morrison got kicked out of ringside because he tried to hit Otis with the Money in the Bank briefcase on the apron. So then the referee saw it, and Morrison got kicked out of ringside by the referee. And then right out of nowhere, Tucker, Otis's friend, he hit Otis with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I screamed, I popped very loud. Tucker hit Otis with the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's it for Heavy Machinery. Now that explains why Otis has a new theme song. So yeah. And then after Tucker hit Otis with the Money in the Bank briefcase, The Miz pinned Otis. And the new Money in the Bank briefcase holder is The Miz. So very, very happy that The Miz won. But I still would have liked Morrison better for the Money in the Bank briefcase. But I'm very happy they got it off Otis because Otis had nothing to do with the briefcase. So will he cash it in later on at Hell in a Cell in the match between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre? Let's find out. And he will not hold this thing at all. I almost said belt. But yeah, Mr. Money in the Bank now is The Miz. So will he cash it in later on at Hell in a Cell between the match between Drew and Randy? Let's find out. Alright, so the next match is the second Hell in a Cell match. The second out of the three Hell in a Cell matches. Sorry about that. The second match out of the 3 Hell in a Cell matches that are happening on this show. So it was the Hell in a Cell match between SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Will Sasha Banks end the 380 days, I think they said, streak of Bayley as SmackDown Women's Champion? I obviously could not add the chair in because Bayley has these open hands because of the whole thing that the Network Spotlight figure came in. I do not have the Elite 80 Bayley figure, but I still have the Network Spotlight figure. So at least I have a Bayley figure, and like before I didn't. But yeah, this match by far was, in my opinion, the best match on the card. This Hell in a Cell match was so amazing. They had ladders, they had kendo sticks, they had the steel steps, they had chairs. This match was absolutely insane. This match was so good. I rate it a 10 out of 10. This match was awesome. Somehow it wasn't the main event though. So basically, Sasha Banks, she kicked Bayley's chair out of the ring while the Hell in a Cell was lowering. So yeah, the cell was lowering and Sasha Banks drop kicked the chair right out of Bayley's hands while the cell was lowering. So Bayley had no chair. And then like 20 minutes into the match, Bayley grabbed her chair that was near the door. Somehow the chair was actually right next to the door. She grabbed the chair from next to the door, obviously outside. So yeah, but Sasha Banks, she took it and just threw it. So yeah. And then Sasha Banks, she reversed the Bayley to belly, which Bayley was about to hit that Bayley to belly onto the steel chair, but Sasha Banks actually reversed it, and then she had a bank statement with the chair kind of choking Bayley, you know, like this or something. Like the chair was kind of like this or something. And then she had the bank statement locked in, something like that. So she was choking Bayley, and Bayley was forced to tap out. So the new SmackDown Women's Champion, sadly I do not have the SmackDown Women's Championship, but the new SmackDown Women's Champion is Sasha Banks. So Sasha Banks is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. This match was absolutely insane. I rated a solid 10 out of 10. So yeah, this match was insane. I love this Hell in a Cell match. If you haven't watched this Hell in a Cell match, I know Hell in a Cell just happened about 30 minutes ago, but if you haven't watched this match, definitely go check it out. This match was insane. Alright, so the next match was somehow the co-main event of Hell in a Cell 2020. I'm shocked it was the co-main event and not like the first match on the card. It was member of Retribution, Slapjack, going up against the CEO of the Hurt Business and the United States Champion, Bobby Lashley, in a United States Championship match. So Slapjack versus Bobby Lashley, United States Championship match at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Somehow it was the co-main event. I don't know how. So yeah, I still think the Sasha Banks versus Bayley match should have been the Hell in a Cell main event or the co-main event, but it wasn't. Somehow Slapjack versus Bobby Lashley took the place of the co-main event. So yeah, basically the match started when Slapjack threw his shirt to Bobby Lashley. I think he threw his shirt or something. So yeah, but Bobby Lashley, he was just like, nope, I don't care if you throw your shirt to me, and basically dominated Slapjack right away. So yeah, towards the end of the match, Bobby Lashley slammed Slapjack with his little kind of choke slam / spine buster type thing that he does. And then he hit the Hurt Lock, and Slapjack tapped out. After the match, Retribution attacked Lashley, but then the Hurt Business came out and kind of scared Retribution away. So Bobby Lashley wins and retains the United States Championship. I do not care about this match. Let's get on to the main event of the show. Alright, so just like that, how did I forget? I don't know. But like how I was saying, and now at Hell in a Cell, I predict Drew McIntyre to win. And let's see if Drew McIntyre is actually going to retain the championship or if Randy's going to become a 14-time world champion tonight at Hell in a Cell. So basically, Drew McIntyre, he was making his entrance when Randy Orton revealed himself as a cameraman. So yeah, then obviously, both Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, they were fighting outside of the Hell in a Cell structure. They're fighting outside. So, yeah, they're fighting outside the cell. And then Randy Orton even still had the cameraman pants on. He still had the joggers on while he was wrestling until eventually Randy Orton took off the cameraman pants off, the joggers off. He took them off and just revealed himself with his normal tights on again. So yeah, but this match was the second best match on the card. Obviously, the best match on the card is still, in my opinion, Sasha Banks versus Bayley. So yeah, but this match was still very, very good. I still rate this match a 10 out of 10 too. So, yeah, and then after they were wrestling inside the ring, Randy Orton actually got some, I think they're called like something, I don't know. They're like kind of like pliers or something, but like the big versions, the one that, you know, the one that Drew McIntyre took on Monday Night Raw, the big red ones. I forgot what they're called. I think they start with a B or something, but he took those things. I'll put a picture up on screen. He took those things. Randy Orton, he unhooked the little thing, where he cut the chain of the Hell in a Cell thing. I don't know what I was talking about, but he cut the chain of the Hell in a Cell thing to unlock the cell, and he went up. He looked up on top of the Hell in a Cell structure, and then he started climbing up. Drew McIntyre waited a solid like minute to actually climb up the cell, and then he started climbing up after that. So both Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton were fighting on top of Hell in a Cell until Randy Orton said, "Oh no, I'm coming off." Literally two moves onto fighting on top Hell in a Cell, Randy Orton was like, "Nope," and he climbed down the cell, but no, he didn't, because Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton were fighting on the side of the Hell in a Cell. Kind of Hell in a Cell 2018 vibes with Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. If you remember Hell in a Cell 2018, Rollins and Dolph Ziggler were fighting on the side when both of them actually went crashing down into the announcer's table. But enough of Hell in a Cell 2018. We're trying to look into Hell in a Cell 2020. But yeah, McIntyre and Orton were fighting on the side of Hell in a Cell. And Randy Orton was hitting Drew McIntyre until Drew McIntyre eventually fell off Hell in a Cell from the side. So yeah, so like just like I was saying, Hell in a Cell 2018 all over again. But instead of two people falling, it was just Drew McIntyre falling off the side of Hell in a Cell. He went right on through the announcer's table. So yeah, then eventually they went back into the ring, where Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore, but Randy Orton, he rolled out of the ring. The snake Randy Orton is, he rolled out of the ring. And also Drew McIntyre, he was knocked out from the table spot early on in the match, so he couldn't pin him anyways, even if Randy didn't roll out of the ring. But yeah, and then eventually Drew McIntyre tried to hit a Claymore, but Randy Orton reversed it. And then he tried to hit an RKO, but McIntyre reversed the RKO into a roll-up, kind of SummerSlam 2020 vibes all over again. But a roll-up, Randy Orton obviously kicked out, and I think he hit an RKO right after he kicked out. So Randy Orton hits an RKO, and the new WWE Champion is Randy Orton. Randy Orton is finally the new WWE Champion. Right when I predict Drew McIntyre to win, Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship. And please stand up, Randy. So yeah, this match was still very great. But like, yeah, this match was very great. But Drew McIntyre has lost the WWE Championship. And now Randy Orton is a 14-time world champion. Just like that. 14-time world champion Randy Orton. Why do I keep thinking Drew McIntyre? But yeah, Randy Orton is a new WWE champion. Put your thoughts down in the comments below of what you think of Hell in a Cell. Please subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. I'm sorry for this horrible video. Peace.